Here's my two Achilles tires, my original one, the ATR Sport right here, and my new one, the ATR Sport 2 right here. And my original ATR Sport has, I'd say, over 30,000 miles on it at this moment. It's becoming quite worn, though I do have 7/64ths of an inch of tread left before I hit the tread wear indicators on this tire. Let me show you some of the differences between these two tires. Well, they're both symmetrical tread patterns from what I can tell, and basically at this point the ATR tire has served me really well. It's very good in water, though right at this point it's starting to become bad in water because it's got very little tread left in it, but it's handled really well. I've never had a puncture in any single one of these tires, and so far you know, that tire has performed excellently. Now the new tire, I'm going to zoom in on it a bit, you'll see has very deep channels in it, which I like. This is going to help, I'm sure going to help with even better wet traction. Not sure if it's going to improve any of the dry traction, because the dry traction on the other tire was quite good. Also, you'll notice that the tread pattern on them is you know, quite different. Though they both have channels, the channels on the new tire are much wider than the channels on the old tire. So I don't know if that's going to help in wear or in, you know, wet traction, but I suspect it will. As you know, it looks like it's going to be able to take water out of it much quicker than the other one did. Though, like I said, I didn't have any real problems with hydroplaning with the other tire until recently, of course. Now, the ATR 2 also has a lot more performance or enhancements to its technology than the ATR Sport tire. So the ATR 2 Sport tire right here, I'm going to lay out the differences in specifications here in a second so you can see them. But seriously, I mean, I've gotten over 30,000 miles on that tire. The new ATR 2 Sport tire right here, I bought this one at Amazon for $92. So it's $368 for a complete set of tires all the way around. You know, pros for this tire so far, been an excellent tire. It's worn really nicely and evenly. Haven't had a flat in any of the four in the car. And in Texas, there's a lot of road construction, so you're driving over metal and nails all the time. So I'm quite happy with that performance. Now, things I don't like about the tire, and I'll show you that right here by zooming in, is that there's very little rim protection from curb bite. Let me get a better angle for you. There we go. And you can see right there that basically the tire is flat, more or less, to the edge. There's a little lip here, but I mean, it's very, very minimal. It's not enough there to really protect you from the curb. And I have hit the curb with this tire a few times, and the rim did make contact with the curb. Well, you know, I know it's there, and I know that's a problem, so I stay away from curbs. Just don't get too close to them, and you'll be fine. You know, that's the way I look at it. We look at this, the ATR 2 tire, and though it's not on the rim, I'll be able to get you a better shot when I get it on the rim. It looks like it's got a little bit more of a wider profile, so basically it's recessed in a little bit more, but really, you can't really tell until it's on the rim and full of air. Okay, so as you can see, really nice pattern here. The other minus I had about the ATR Sport tire, this one over here, is it was quite noisy. I mean, seriously, you could hear every crack, you know, on the road. It was, you know, the road noise was a bit disturbing on it. Those would be my two big complaints on it. But, you know, performance-wise and handling-wise and you know, grip-wise and wet and dry, I would say it was, you know, basically I got used to the noise because the tire was a great tire. So hopefully this new tire, which appears to have a smoother tread pattern, and also in the technology, the ATR 2 claims to be a more silent, lower dB tire. So I'm going to lay out the technology differences between these two tires right now so you can see them, and they are considerable. And again, $99 for one tire delivered to my house. I don't think you can beat that deal if it's a good tire. So I'll be testing this tire further, but this is my first preliminary thoughts on this tire. I will follow this up with another video, basically reviewing its road performance. Okay, and I know somebody's going to ask me what the tread depth is, so I'm going to do two measurements. One to the wear indicator and one to the actual surface of the tire. So let me just do the wear indicator there. And down to the wear indicator, it is, let me get that in focus there, 15/64. Alright, so there's the depth, about the width of my wedding ring really. So 15/64, let's go into millimeters here, or 5.97 millimeters, or 0.235 inches. Now we're going to go to the surface of the tire, so that'll be a little different. Alright, and to the surface of the tire it's 5/16. Get that in focus there, 5/16. And basically if you look at next to my ring, it's that much more on the tread. So it's quite deep and quite nice. So there's your tread depth on that tire, brand new. Alright, this is my Achilles ATR Sport review for the 225/45 ZR 1895 XLW tire, which is this one on the left. I've had this tire for 30,000 miles, so I can really comment on what I think about this tire. And it's also my first impressions of this tire, which is the new and improved Achilles ATR Sport 2. I have not mounted this tire on my car yet, but basically I'm giving you my first impressions of what I've got as far as the tires are concerned. Okay, let's break down the performance specifications for both tires, which are identical. XL means it's P metric tire, and the load ranges inflation pressure assigned for maximum load on this tire is 41 psi. Okay, what does that mean? That means if you're going to put 1,521 pounds, which is this maximum load over here, on this tire, you need to have the tire pressure at 41 psi. This is an extra load tire, which means it's designated to carry more than your usual amount. The Hyundai Sonata 2011 curb weight is 3,340 pounds. So divide that by 4 tires and you get 835 pounds per tire if it was evenly distributed. The maximum load on this car is designed to safely carry is 908 pounds, or a total of 4,244 pounds, and divided out to 4 tires, that means 1,061 pounds per tire. Well, the maximum tire load on this is, or tire load rating on these tires is 95, so we got 1,521 pounds per tire. So as you can see, that's a total of 460 extra pounds that each one of these tires could carry over and above what the car is designed to carry. So you should never be able to push the load rating on these tires above the rating, because you shouldn't put that much weight in this car. The total weight of these tires capability for 4 tires would be 6,084 pounds. So obviously way more than the 4,244 pounds you should be putting on them in total. What does that mean? That means the tire is super strong and super able to carry the load that it has. It's more than heavy or strong enough to carry the load of this car. Now, I've had this tire for 30,000 miles, and I've driven it. I drive in Texas where it's very, very hot. So 110, 120 degree weather over major amounts of road construction, because there's road construction everywhere in Texas, and that means you're going to be riding over debris, rocks, metal, nails, everything. I haven't had a single puncture in any one of these tires to date. They perform flawlessly. They've worked great. So this is the ATR tire, Achilles ATR tire. So I can attest
to how rugged these tires are. Um, Both tires have a ZRW speed rating, which is a maximum of 168 miles per hour or 270 kilometers an hour. Not sure if you can get a Hyundai Sonata to go that fast. I know the speedometer says 160 miles an hour on my car. I've never had it over 125, and I've had it that high with these tires. So I've had these tires on the car since I've owned it, and again, that's about 30,000 miles at this point, without any issue with these tires at all. I think they're great. The fact that they've never gotten punctured tells me a lot. It tells me that they're quite strong, and either that or I'm very lucky. And I tend to believe that it's not luck because personally, my last vehicle, I got 2 or 3 punctures on those tires, and so I got to think it's the tire has something to do with it. So let's continue on.